yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing. All emptiness is energy. This is that unlimited quantum energy field of wholeness, of oneness. The longer we stay connected to this emptiness, to this energy, the more we experience our wholeness. Stay aware of that emptiness, of that blackness inside of you, all around you. Yes. Let's express gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Your gratitude, friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody. Express your gratitude to this grand nature, to everything you use, the technology, to the companies, to the governments, to the systems, and to yourself, and to this intelligent universe. recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. Enhancing the relationships, and then they all becoming friendship. Every relationship must become a friendship. Because see, there is only so much learning from everything, from everybody, from every place. And we cannot go on changing places, things, and people. Time of phase is not possible. It is for nomads where there is no absolute, everybody is same. And so they move. There are people, some shamans, one of them, a couple of them came to Pyramid Valley. They don't own house. They don't own anything except a small set of stuff. And then every 6 months, they move from place to place and live. The entire lifetime, they've been doing that way. But then where we are, everything is about learning. Every relationship is about learning. Everything, every place is about learning. And there's got to be, the learning will be over at some point, potentially. Unless if there are two people and they're consciously evolving constantly, then you have something to learn. But then when you develop friendship, then you accept the other person as they are. No matter how they are, we accept them as they are. Controlling emotions, delivering, all of them will naturally come. They are stage one, but then when you develop friendship, they become natural. There are no expectations. Expectations are dropped in friendship. And we don't have to do anything, dear friends. With regular meditation, when we experience that wholeness, the more we understand we are consciousness, their consciousness, then we have to be friends, to take from them, to give them. Do we really, can we really give something to the other consciousness. Can I really give something to the other consciousness? If we are able to give something as an opportunity, it's an opportunity to give something to the consciousness. That's why there are people with that mindset, when service is an opportunity to give something, to do something to others, it's an opportunity. We're allowing to do it. When you're looking something as merely as a body, then we feel we are savior. We are giving our than, man, dhan. But when you view everything as energy and consciousness, and then you getting to do something for somebody else is an opportunity to do it, dear friends. It's completely different. That's why many saints, when they say service is an opportunity, that's what they mean. We had this, the Grand Master here, who heads the Pyramid Meditation channel. He always, no matter in spite of achieving many things, is so humble. In an individual capacity, he is, while supporting many projects, while in PSM projects, while he's giving so much time of his, is giving education for about 40 to 50 students, while he's contributing significant spiritual projects. And then there's only one word. I'm so grateful that I'm given this opportunity to be of use to somebody else. All the time I see that's the only word that I hear from him. I've got this opportunity to be of some value to this student, this person. He had a house where we were staying. And it's the same thing when I go and express, thank you for giving us a room there. And then his constant thing is that, no, Chandra Garu, thank you, that my house is of some use to you. It's my opportunity, my pleasure, my privilege. And it's the same, that word is same for everybody, not just me. So friendship, and when everybody become a friend to us, this emotional intelligence is there significantly for each of us. Living true to our feelings, that's what we do with friends. Living true to our feelings, that's self-expression. We don't think twice when we are talking something to the friends, isn't it? It's okay. They are going to be on the other side. They're going to consider us in the best possible way anyway, when we say something in all angles, not just one angle. That's true friendship. They express. We constantly inspire each other. So inspiration is a third element of this. Inspiration is a third element of emotional intelligence. Understanding emotional intelligence in a few ways. There is awareness, there is expression. So you start expressing. It's important. Expression is living true to feelings. That's the bottom line. When we suppress our feelings, then we are essentially causing serious damage to the psyche. And so it has got to come into the physicality ultimately. Some way, some issue, either mental challenge, physical challenge. When we live true to a feeling, that means we are living a purpose. When we are suppressing a feeling, that means staying away from a purpose. That's another way to understand it. The then purpose, when we live true to our feelings, that means whatever that you feel inside your heart. Somebody gives you a project, you don't like it, that's your first response. You got to figure this out. How do I go and then express it? And then how do I move into something else? Somebody asks you to relocate and you don't feel that that's something that you want to do. How do you express it rather than feeling worried that if I express it, what will they think of me? What will happen to my career? What will happen to my hike that I'm planning in the next 6 months later? Can I say no now? So from expression, meditation is giving us enough strength, enough confidence. Then see, everything is coming from one element of experience. That is that the more we experience the wholeness of ours, the more we get closer to the consciousness that we are, and the less we are worried about less we are worried about our materiality or physicality, less we are worried about what we have. Will we have them or not have them? Because we continue to develop that confidence, we continue to develop that sense of security inside, not outside, that I'll be taken care. Anyway, we have this thoughts create reality is the mantra, the most super powerful, the super powerful, the super powerful, what is it, the key is there with us to go and create things. And so slowly the fears drop, and so we express it. So self-expression is we start living true to the feelings. And so only when we express, then we're receiving. So dear friends, when we receive things, we are happy. When we align to your purpose, you are happy, even for a few minutes of the day. You go to work or in your given day, if you give time for yourself for an hour, pursuing your passion, pursuing your habits, pursuing that thing that you really love, that is sufficient because you're claiming that back. Somewhere you're expressing to your company, your management, or at home people and say, this is important for me. And when you claim that back for yourself, even that 1 hour of time is good enough for you to feel happy and elevated for the whole day, that you stop complaining about anything else. That's what is going to happen. It's bound to happen. You are enjoying in every day, you have something to look forward to. And slowly, a meditator is aligning things in the day that they look forward to everything in the day, not just some things, but it starts there. You express it, you get something that you really like, and so you hold on to it, you start experiencing it. You change your job because something you really liked and you enjoy it. If there's even better, you align to what you really like in the job. It will not happen, but then you have your job is only for earning money, but then your passion is elsewhere. So you are claim that time to go and then pursue the passion. You claim that money from your monthly income towards that passion. Earlier it was not there, but then you are able to gain that by doing the negotiation with people around where you're spending. Or you just got the clarity, so you're utilizing your resources towards the right thing. So when we are happy and joyful, we stop complaining and we start then taking things and then being happy, then automatically we become inspiration to people. That's all. We don't need to do anything special. First, we carry an enormous amount of energy. Every meditator is carrying energy. The leader who's carrying energy and then maintaining the tempo is absolutely great. It's become an inspiration to the team. When we start living true to our feelings, then we are happy. And so when we are happy, we are emitting this vibration of positive or higher emotion. And so naturally, it is rubbing on the people around us. So every meditator is becoming an inspiration to people around them. They're calm, they're cool. If something is said to them, they don't just like that react. We have to check ourselves. Where am I in my journey? How mindful I am to the reactions, right? Enough said about self-awareness. So inspiration, as we start living what we like, we are happy, and slowly, we start liking everything we do. Slowly, we become equanimous for a period of time to everything we do. See, there is so many concepts. Then there is this thing is there that everything you're experiencing is drawn by you into your life. And so you gain acceptance of that. Earlier, the same job, same role was boring and it was used to constantly comply. But now we made some changes, so we're happy in a set of time. For during the 1 hour of my music practice, during that 2 hours of my sports with my friends, somewhere I claim my time. I go and then do that table tennis, or shuttle in the night after dinner, and do that and come back. Feel so good. And you go back and then you start liking everything you do. The same job becomes no longer is complaining that you're so energetic that you go and then do that. You start liking whatever you do. Doing what you like, you start liking what you do. You make that shift. You recognize that every day, every moment that's coming in my way is to my best. Because constantly your thoughts, your psyche is changing, so also the environment is changing. So if the job does have to change for you over a period of time, it will change. If not, you're like equanimous to it. You develop the greater understanding. You no longer grudge to go to work. Even that work is just for money, to survive, you no longer grudge to go to work. Instead, you're becoming more empathetic in everything. And so you go in, you look forward to it. You recognize that this is so important. That's enabling you to do other things that you're passionate about. You're grateful to this work because it's helping you to pursue your photography. You're grateful to this company, no matter what it is, because it's allowing you to pursue your passions elsewhere. It's giving you that flexibility. Otherwise, before meditation, it is about, oh, every company is doing it. You must do it. Flexible hours and free meals and many things that we naturally demand. And then now we are looking forward, we are expressing gratitude for everything, because everything is helping us pursue our passions or purpose. A lot of times, always said in the companies, and we play politics, what's the point? We come for we join a company, an organization with a goal in mind. Either you want to grow a career or we want to make an impact because you are, say, you are technology oriented or you are management oriented, or process oriented, where you saw you're inspired by your parents, your community, you always want to do something, right? You want to make an impact. So either for making an impact, we join the companies, or to make a living. You want to earn money so that you're going to utilize it elsewhere to pursue stuff, right? Or you want to grow in your career where you feel just doing one after the other, you feel sense of achievement. Anyway, when you're doing, and if these are either all of them will be there, and then you join the companies. And then when we do that with a lot of good intent, oh, there's a great company, oh, must be there. They're foremost advanced in what they're doing, or they're socially impactable, they must be there. We join. So is the case with service too. But then later, slowly, we forget the whole idea, the notion of why we join, and then we start playing so many politics, start managing situations, managing people. We forget our goal completely. Everybody is competing with each other within the organization. trying to pull somebody down. What's the point? You look back and then you've forgotten the goal of why you are. Neither you grow, nor the company grows, nor the other person grows. The whole time is going away. 1 year or 2 years of what you want to achieve, now 5 years later it's still the same. It's called aligning to the purpose. And then I always said this to my team members. Just step back. When there are challenges will come for everybody. You may be good, but the other person is not necessarily that great. Let's step back and say, what is the purpose of why you are in this company? Or why you are doing what you're doing right now? What's the purpose? Why are you even doing it? And immediately it will be revealed of why you are there. And if it's about you earning money, or if it's about you making an impact, then by playing politics, you are going to only waste your time, not going to make an impact. Think about it. So change the attitude. Meditation is constantly being aware of why we are there. It helps us to stay connected to our goal. We need to be more mindful of why we are there and what we are in a given situation, given place. And when you're aware of why we are there, immediately we drop our ego. And so we stop playing the politics. When we are aware of why we are there, the fears go away because we already made the decision to be that anyway. And so then we stop managing situations and we go in and then start cooperating. So dear friends, the word for inspiration of a meditator showing inspiration is that they're becoming in an organizational setting a manager's delight. So then you are so inspired that you are doing things on your own. Nobody needs to come and ask, where are you with your project? What is your status? If you're being asked again and again about status, then we are not there yet. We have not demonstrated. Some way, still not loving what you're doing. Look back and seek the change. Because if you truly love what you do, then you are inspired. So no one needs to tell us what to do. We go and then align. And one of the things is to go and then communicate with the team members will do it. Timely communication becomes natural. Why don't we communicate often? Is because we feel it's not necessary. We feel we are fearful still in communication most of the time. Our presence of mind, mindfulness is not there. And so with meditation that we are slowly developing it. I'm not that keen, they're not interested in what we're doing. So anyway, we don't think that it is of that great value. We don't give importance to what we do. We don't think it's of great value. We judge by ourselves. And all of these will slowly go away. And then we become the manager's delight. When you are inspiring, so naturally people want to come in and see and come and communicate with you. Hey, what is up with you? How are you able to be so cool? I know people are commenting about your work, but you seem to take it very natural, very cool. I know there are so many problems happening for the company right now, but then you seem to be focused on what you're doing. That's an inspiration. A meditator is not getting defocused around the environment, the things that are happening. So what can we do? If certain things are not in your control, what can we do by gossiping? Gossip is the cancer of the soul, Patriji said. Gossip is the cancer of the soul. So there's no point gossiping, there's no point repeating or no feeling of what may happen to my job, this company, or the market, things that are not in control. Do your best in what you can do, right? Stay focused. And so people start coming to the person who is inspiration. And so when they start coming to you, anyway, you have this great ability. The friendship is developed, so you become very empathetic to others. A meditator is very empathetic. Not sympathy, but empathy. Understanding. Mirdad is a great spiritual master, Mirdad. Look for the book called the Book of Mirdad. Mirdad, Book of Mirdad. Just amazing book. Amazing book that, packed with powerful wisdom. And he says, if you're seeking something, for yourself, seek the understanding power. If you have the understanding power, then you are then really know why the situation is happening for you. You accept and you're able to understand the situations. That is sufficient to become happy again. Just need to have the understanding power. Empathy is about understanding others, that their situation. Being empathetic means understanding of yourself and about others. Sympathy is putting sympathy means that someone is not going through good things, and so you are essentially putting them a level lower. You're sympathetic. You don't recognize them as consciousness. You don't recognize that whatever other person is going through is their own experience. It's not Ayo, it's not Papa and all that. They are going through their own experience. Our thoughts create reality, we design, and so we go through our experience. So no question of sympathy. Being sympathetic means that you are in many ways, and we are many ways not recognizing. People may be going through an experience. Somebody there, disabled person. We show sympathy and say, and then many times you look at sympathetic looks to them. Their self-confidence is further pulled down. Every disabled person, without an exception, have an extra sensory perception ability, ESP. What has not been there with them is compensated somewhere else. And so rather than showing sympathy and then looking at, with our eyes and then making consequences, oh, how can you even walk? Just talk to them as if they're a normal person, suddenly elevate their confidence level, suddenly increase their self-worth. When we talk to them as normal person, hey, how are you? And then it elevates their self-worth. First step, for someone to feel that they belong there. When we are expressing constantly sympathy, they don't feel they belong. And a meditator is becoming empathetic. So sympathy becomes empathy. So you understand, okay, I understand why you're coming late. I understand why you're not able to deliver. I understand what you're going through right now. So if they're disabled, they must have chosen a life of that nature. We must go through, read more and more. The more we read spiritual science, the afterlife, how the designs are made. In fact, people with disabilities, people who have taken great illnesses are the most compassionate people because they are taking certain roles to help their environment, that means their family, their close friends, the circles, to grow. Someone is taking serious illness, needs to be taken care, but then the taking care of the person, that family members are developing enormous patience, enormous love, no matter what. I need to be able to develop that love and kindness towards this person out there who needs that help. They're suffering, but that's their greatness. They've taken a role of that illness. They suffer as a greatness. In that suffering, many others are around them are growing in those so many virtues. That's how life is working, dear friends. When you look at the bigger design, a mother seems to always sacrifice for the happiness of the people, the happiness of the children. So each consciousness, everybody is taking different roles. And so developing empathy is important. Empathetic to understand the situations. In the context of body and mind, we understand the situations. I've been there. If somebody has got a discipline problem, that is fine, you deal with it. But someone is coming late at times, someone is not able to express well, somebody lost their cool and temper on a given day. Taking that as one incident, taking it as one thing and then branding them is not being empathetic. That I've been there, I too have gone through a situation. Everyone is going through it, everyone is evolving. And Patriji always say everybody is right in what they're doing. So allow imperfection. So when you become empathetic, because people are evolving, and so you're allowing imperfections to happen. We allow imperfections to happen, so creativity flows. Creativity starts when you allow imperfection to happen. You don't go too strong on your team, members, or your family. Okay, you've done this, that's fine. Scott Peck, this statement really influenced me in the beginning. And then, these are these statements that to learn and then live. You have no right to question somebody unless it is helping them grow spiritually. When you have a contract, different. You have a contract at a workplace that I agree that I am going to spend 8 hours or 9 hours and then working on so and so thing and then deliver this to you. And so in return, you are giving me something. So you guys have an agreement contract. So you ask compassionately, then with an authority, then automatically things change. That's one aspect of it. But in general, when you're applying principles, question somebody when it's going to help them grow spiritually. Otherwise, material experience, let them go through. Allow your children, allow family members, allow friends to let them go through an experience. If it's material is all, it's going to make a difference. But if spiritual is going to help, they are missing on a very, very important event, important lecture for the same duration where they're just going for a movie. You ask them, hey, why don't you prioritize this? Question it in the various ways. But otherwise, okay. Empathetic is to understand that everybody is evolving and so that you're making the right decisions. And you question them when it's going to help them grow spiritually. But in a contract situation at workplace, being empathetic that the situations come for everybody, just like me. If there is so much happening at home, person is definitely not in their whole body and mind properly. So they cannot deliver properly. And if you start looking back, you know it. First, somebody is not very well at home, or something is not right at home, and so that has come here. And then you go deeper, that something is not at home because something has happened from the past. Now, what to do? The more you look at it, there is always a deep reason for it. And so we become empathetic from it, understanding that, fine, let's give me one more chance, give them one more chance, one more chance. Enormous amount of rope we must give to people rather than just taking, these mind-based decisions that, it's all about money and profit. And so they must just cut it off. Next. Give the rope. And so then we become empathetic. So naturally we become leaders, dear friends, in an organization when somebody is inspiring and somebody is empathetic. First two here, awareness and expression are about ourselves. Awareness to be responding right, and an expression to claim what we want. And then when you have these two, then you are already very happy. And then with that happiness comes, you automatically become inspiring others. And then as you are developing this greater empathy, so you become a natural leader. You engage more. A leader is always engaging because people coming to you, they don't feel any more vulnerable. When you are empathetic to others, then they don't feel vulnerable. They come to you. They come and seek solutions from you. Because they know that you are you're concerned, truly concerned about the challenges. They come and open up. I've seen this too many times. In my workplace, people coming and then not try to demonstrate sympathetic, but they know that genuinely that you're concerned, so you will look for them, problems to be solved. Always said, a manager can easily exhibit this by creating a one-on-one, an informal one-on-one. An informal one-on-one that we create, don't have any agenda, and say the only reason we're meeting every week or every 2 weeks or monthly is to just know, how are you doing? How is your life going? What's happening in your life? That's it, just ask those questions. Even if you're meeting a person every day as part of a project engagement, just having that simple one-on-one is sufficient for someone to just feel that you care. So I always ensure that one-on-ones exist. I said, let's put it in the calendar. Otherwise, you cannot protect it. So the time slot is gone. You may be very busy, but put it in the calendar. It is there. And then closer to the date, a day before or 2 days before, we can decide if you still need this week or not. But it is there. And then most often, I always ensure that we spend the time. Just walk. If nothing is there, we walk for the coffee shop. I just go around the building walking and then talking. We've done several times of this nature. Just do it. And then we gain so much understanding about somebody's life, what they're going through. So it becomes easy to extend that empathy. And so, dear friends, we become natural leaders to engage. A meditator is engaging constantly, is proactive. Issues are there. You no longer complain and say, hey, this process is not good. You are taking it into your hand and you're walking up to the HR and talking to them. Can we make some tweaks here? That's leadership. So when we are regular meditators with this mindfulness, we are developing great leadership. We are becoming managers' delight. We are becoming friends with everybody. People come and open up, so you're able to add value to them. We get more opportunities to help others. Thank you very much for joining. There are so many books. I think Richard Bach books are just great. Richard Bach's books are great to further the subject in different ways. Right? His books on illusion, Bridge Across Forever, and many, many books are there. Those great books. All spiritual science is essentially boils down to dealing with people in a better way. And so all the books that were recommended, dear friends, so must be read, many of the books there. Even the Robin Sharma book is nice. It just gives practical tips. I believe we have Monk Who Sold His Ferrari as one of the recommended books. It's a beautiful book to read. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari is talking various situations at workplace. And so then we get many solutions, how to be. Thank you very much. And then we will meet back tomorrow again at 6 a.m. to continue discussing this. That 4 agreements by Don McGuire, the shaman master, is a very important concept, a book called The 4 Agreements. We're going to discuss those concepts tomorrow. Very important. Beautiful, so simple to follow these 4 agreements. And then suddenly our relationship will. Okay. Stay there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, your association, Patriji.
That is, as I always say, I have been to many gurus. The moment you say guru, you need to have a special appointment of that status, and you need to have somebody influential to take you there to have an interview with them and all that. But surprisingly, I think in 2014 or 15, I met him. First time I went along with one of my relatives. And we were visiting Pyramid Valley, and then suddenly he said, Patriji is here, do you want to visit him? I said, is it possible, first of all? He said, yeah, he is accessible. I was surprised. And then We went into that room. Patriji was there. We just sat with him. I could touch him. I could touch his feet. And it was like a dream. The simplicity of him. He was talking to us as if we are old friends coming back again to the room. And he was talking in that the love and then the expressions were so normal. I was so much impressed with that. And then later on, we, not this January 1st, but the last January 1st, I had a chance to meet him at Kadtal, the Maheshwara Pyramid. There, we didn't have breakfast, and then we were rushing to meet him because the previous day, the Mahila Chakra was over. And then we thought he will leave from that place. So we rushed there, and then me and my wife went there. And then someone said, no, sir is already left to Kurnool. Then we thought, okay, we missed. And we went and then did the meditation. We came down, and then someone said, no, sir is in the kitchen. So we rushed to the kitchen, and then I met him, and then I was so happy to meet him. And he received us as if we are his missing children, kind of. And even my parents wouldn't have given that much love. First thing he said is, sir, we were rushing for you too, and we thought we'll miss you. That's why we didn't have anything. We just rushed for you. I said, you didn't have anything? Come. He took the plates. He gave it to us. He started serving, and tears were rolling down from both of us. And then that's the first time I have seen a person with unconditional love can serve another person a food. And that was amazing. Amazing. When I never had that experience in my life. Tears were rolling down, and then on top of it, he came and said, oh, you take this curry. This curry is very tasty. You take this. And then he called me to the line and said, come, you take this. And it was like amazing. And after that, he said, he pulled his chair from other side and then sat in front of me there in the dining area. He said, then I was like, what is there to tell? Gone. Everything vanished. The way he showed the love. I never saw that unconditional love from a person. We only listen that God is unconditional love, but it's more than God, which I experienced there. And I just asked him, he's a beautiful man. He cooks so well. The aroma of that rasam and all that stuff itself will take you to a different level altogether. And he said, sir, me rasam nak chala ishtam. I like your rasam. I said, he said, no, come. I made specially for you. Come. And he started feeding me like anything. And that was like amazing. I mean, that first thing is to talk to a person of that status is so much. On top of it, they showing unconditional love like an ordinary person, like a close friend. And then he put his arms on both me and then my wife, and then he said, okay, take a photograph. And then we took a photograph, and that's ultimate. I mean, I cherish that moment throughout my life. And that's Patriji. And then, as you said, sir, yesterday, the way he does the proofing and all that stuff. And there's one pager which we made last time when I met him in Pyramid Valley. And believe me, we corrected it for 10 times. Every time we go with the proof, he corrects it and says, correct this and come back. So again, I had to correct it and come back. I thought it's only one page. What will be there? But the way he does so meticulously, and he goes through every word of it. And then he said, this word is there in English? Oh, I never heard about it. What is the meaning? Where did you find? Then I have to show him, this is the meaning, this is how it is. Oh, then it doesn't, okay, it matches, it's okay. So he goes so deeper, even for one single page. Imagine. And then I had a fortune of he gifting me the story of Sita, Dina Mariam book. He said, read this is very good. And then he also asked me to read Thinking and Destiny. This is ultimate. And once I went, nobody was there. Only two or three of us were there. And I was sitting in his room. Suddenly, he pulled a book and then said, "This, you read this. Sit here and read it." And I said, "Okay, I'm reading it." And ultimate. And then Bhagavad Gita, the way he wrote the translation of Bhagavad Gita, I never ever expected Bhagavad Gita can be interpreted that way also. And once I know that this can be interpreted this way, I really believe that that's the only way you need to interpret Bhagavad Gita. And this is amazing. This is amazing. I mean, I'm so fortunate to be in this group and then being with Pyramid Valley community. And I don't know how to express this. This is great. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Sridhar. Yes, Natarajanji.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I am very glad for the opportunity given to me, sir. My first visit to Pyramid Valley in 2014 for Buddha Purnima celebration. On the very same day, I have fortunate to be with the Patriji, sir. Because after the electing of the lamb, Patriji straightaway came to me and threw chandan on my forehead. And it was a great pleasure. And subsequently, after in the year 1916, when I was with a group of Girjarajan Madam and all, Patriji has given me that 1 million. I have to feed Upama and tricolor chutney to 1 million meditators at Giza Pyramid in 2025. And eagerly waiting. I'm still that day I have not applied for any passport. And after coming back to Chennai, I applied for the passport, and my first visit will be the Giza Pyramid in 2025. Then, on 3rd of April last year, Shakahara called me, and he wanted you to be there for the Buddha Purnima celebration for the Buddha Shiva Foundation office inauguration. It was a Monday. Then, accordingly, I came to you on Sunday, and I was with your office. And Monday, you told Mr. Arvind to bring me to your house for lunch. Again, I met him. Even though I have so many experience, it was a great experience. And after lunch, first he told me to have lunch and then come. Then after that, I had talked with him and tell about my Mrs. has completed the Tamil translation of Tulasidalam and all. Then while leaving from your house to your office, I told Patriji that, sir, my flight is at my boarding time for the flight is 9 o'clock. I may be having to leave by 7 o'clock. By the time I be within the function. At the time, I may not be able to tell, and I wanted to tell you. He did working. Then about 6:50, he told we will go for meditation for 10 minutes. Normally, Patriji says for 10 minutes meditation, he will take 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So happened, he completed the meditation by 7 o'clock sharp, and first he stared your missus and you and all. Then he stared at me, and then he gave me by seeing his face and seeing his eye, and told me to give to leave for the thing. And then after last. Then during last June, I came to Bangalore, and I was to stay at Pyramid Valley on 2nd June. On that night, I met him, and I was with him for 20 minutes. And also, he spoke to my missus and asked about the things, and we also inquired about the Buddha Shiva Foundation, Chennai chapter Stangon. And he was happy to hear, and I had a great opportunity to be with him. So even though I had lots of experiences, and with this is a few experiences which I wanted to share. And also, during the stall, the opening of last week, we had a stall at the Chennai Trade Center. On the previous day, that is on 21st of the stall, exhibition is from 22nd to 24th. And 27th and 21st night, my mobile got off, switched off, and I could not have any contact. And somehow I had contact because that night, Mr. Jayakumar was supposed to be the chief guest for the function. He could not be able to come. He was tied up with fever. And the person whomever they come for the stall, they said they may not be able to come. Actually, on 22nd morning, when I visited the stall, I just came out. Sumiti madam came straight away to me that I am from Buddha Seva Foundation and I want to do service for this stall. And she was so happy. I have never seen her, and it was so happy how our conscience worked out. And all those 3 days, we felt exorbitant energy and abundant energy there. Whomever did meditation there, everybody was helpful, everybody was happy, and they wanted to continue. Even 2 Christian people, family came, and they were very happy to do the meditation there. On the final day of the inauguration, we were leaving with the photos in the front side, and that lot of pamphlets fell down from my feet near the place, and I took those pamphlets and placed it in the screen. And that day, even the energy was more, and I don't know what was the implication. And the evening, I am getting the message of 6 o'clock from Mr. Shakahara Jagath that he vacated his body. But even then, so many papers have come. It was so much. I'm very glad. And Patriji has given me a lot of opportunity to be with you and to do service for the PSSM activity and Buddha Seva Foundation. I am indebted to you all, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me, sir. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful, Natarajanji. Really commend you. That time I know that you're all installed while we were in Hyderabad. Now I understand. There's one thing really loud, it's that work of meditation to be given to others. And you are doing that. You are doing it with the same passion that time. And so, of course, you have to be very, very happy. His consciousness is not physical anyway.
And
So great
one
to
more
have.
thing to. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry for this, sir. One more thing to add, sir. Even at the first day, while leaving for the stall, my wife had severe vomiting. She had severe temperature, and on that day and first day also, lots of challenges. And because all those things, because of Patriji's wishes, I could come out with everything and have confidence, and everything vanished because of his wishes. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting, sir. Sorry.
No problem. That's great. Thank you. We'll take the last one. We'll hear from Veena before we conclude. Veena. You're on mute. Go ahead. Is it there?
Able to hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Yes.
My first sincere gratitude to you for taking us and introducing that Mahaguruji. I see him as my spiritual father too. I have never felt unconditional love from an external person. The first person that I felt that external love was from Patriji. That unconditional serving that a person can do to anybody, right from the topmost person to the person who is sitting next to him and who works even as a watchman. He sees everybody as equal. So equality I learned from him. And every time I meet him, he used to ask me, yes, ask me a question. First initial few meetings, I couldn't ask him questions because I was speechless. I was literally afraid. And then later on, I started asking questions. And every time I meet him, I used to keep myself prepared. Yes, definitely he's going to ask me, yes, tell me what's happening. Ask me a question. So I used to be prepared in my mind. I used to keep asking myself, what question do you have to ask Patriji? So it was that mesmerizing. Whenever I met him, I go speechless. So it's only 2 years of connection, but I feel like I've had a long connection. The first time I met him was outside Kabir Bhavan, when he came and sat in the outside bricks a small parapet wall, and he spoke to me, and he asked what my name and all the things, and he asked me, why are you here? How did you come? And all that in detail. And he told me, I told him that my father just passed, and it was that time. And so he asked, where do you think is your father? I said, I don't know, because I feel bad that I was not there at that time. So he said, he's everywhere. So right now I feel the same. Patriji is the energy consciousness, that he's everywhere. He's with us. We are Patriji and Patriji is us. So that knowledge he gave me at that time. So I really feel happy for that. My sincere thanks to you and Vani Madam for giving us every opportunity to meet him. If not, definitely we would have missed something great in our lives.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Veena. You know, we are talking these not to glorify a person, to learn to be that. There's one thing we take from Veena just now in the sharing. Your father is everywhere. So how do we know he's everywhere? He's challenging us to learn more about life after death. He's asking us to learn more about life after death. Be accessible. That's what we constantly hear. Be accessible, be simple. So we take that virtue. It's not to listen to the glory of a person, to be and then feel somewhere that I'm so far, but it's all is happening with the same meditation that he was able to become. And then we become that. So the only reason I'm continuing to ask people to share for the rest of the program is to look at another angle of what we can be. He's a great cook. How many people haven't started cooking? Why would we not do it? Truly tell, why would you not do it? If you have to take care of our 5 bodies, physical body, who's going to take care if you don't know to cook? Who's going to take care? Sooner or later, it's going to happen. I can tell you, sooner or later, since the last 100 people here are constantly out there with the Buddha Seva Foundation walking, sooner or later, you're going to find difficulty in eating food in the outside. You're going to sense the energies of a restaurant when you walk in a given place. If you're not doing it today, you will sense it. And when you sense it, you feel like, slowly you cannot eat there. So there has to be an energetic food prepared by you. And so it is important that we learn. We're going to go somewhere, and then the most energetic person must cook the food, so must know. So everything it's not to say, oh, he's a good cook also. No, it is about we actually taking that and then becoming that, developing it. Every quality if you can develop, because it's the life of a great master. If it's living as a consciousness, then that's what you do. Thank you very much. We'll continue to share. I definitely need some of our members like Koti and all of them. I don't see many of them here, but those who have associations will continue to share and learn. Thank you.